All right, so you're looking at 214 Argyle Street, Argyle Street, here in Fitzroy, Fitzroy, Melbourne, Australia. And even though it says general offices above the entrance there, let me tell you, this is anything but general offices. These are some very upscale, beautiful homes that I have found myself in one of them for the week here. And as I walk, I'm going to show you the area here that I found myself in. Again, it's called Fitzroy. And I didn't read up too much on it, but I was down at the Tourist Information Office the other day getting directions out this way. And I asked the woman at the Tourist Information Office if Fitzroy was a nice place. And what she said was that she said everyone wants to live in Fitzroy. So with that in mind, I thought that I would take you on a little walking tour of Fitzroy. And this is what's called Smith Street. And Smith Street comes right at the end of Argyle Street. So I'm going to just do a nice little walk through the Fitzroy area this evening and do a video for you and show you what it's like in Fitzroy, Australia. So let's go for a walk, shall we? You're looking at the original Lolly store, and all along Smith Street there's just one interesting shop after another, and you can see this looks like it has a lot of old collectible items for sale here. And I'm just going to keep walking up. But an interesting thing about this area, when I was checking into my accommodations last night, and I asked Kenneth, the owner of the home where I'm staying, if there were any nice restaurants around here. And he told me that there's something like 400 restaurants within like a 15-minute walk or some crazy number like that. There's a tram that you see going by. Really has a wonderful feel to it. Kenneth and his girlfriend last night were telling me that this has a I think what the term that they used was called a hipster flair to it, meaning that it has the I don't know how to describe it. It's for those of you back in the San Francisco Bay Area, it might be maybe like a Berkeley, but I think it's more of like a turn of the century type of a feel. So some of the buildings you'll see have got just a lot of artwork on the sides. We were walking home last night, and there was one building where there's I think an artist commune or something upstairs, and the whole side of the building was just decorated with all types of art. All right, here's a good angle of some of the buildings that you'll see here lining Smith Street as you go down through Fitzroy. Actually a wonderful atmosphere here. You don't there's no sense of as you walk these streets, there's no sense that you're going to get mugged or shot or anything like that. It's just a very relaxed, nice, easy atmosphere. It'll be interesting to see what this place is like on Friday night or Saturday night, which is where I'll find myself this weekend. Here's an example of some of the artwork that you'll see on the buildings here. You can see it's a little bit more than actual graffiti. And as I do a pan over here, I wanted to show you these large buildings that are over here. Last night as I was walking with Kenneth, we were talking about different topics, one of which was the gap between the haves and the have-nots, so to speak, because this is a rather affluent area, and he was pointing out these large buildings that you see, and these are pretty much subsidized government housing, you know, for people. I think they pay like $75 a week or something like that to live in these buildings. So this is not only an area of the haves. There are, you know, have-nots in this area as well. But let's continue walking through Fitzroy and see what else we might uncover here. Here's another interesting row of buildings I found along Smith Street. You can see this place definitely has a lot of character, to say the least. Okay, I found my way up Smith Street to Gertrude, and I'm going to take Gertrude over to a street called Brunswick, and then walk down Brunswick back to Argyle, and that'll complete the Fitzroy neighborhood, or so I was told by Kenneth, my host. So we'll head up Gertrude here and find our way over to Brunswick. Okay, I'm not quite sure if this is the Mexican restaurant that was pointed out to me last night as we were walking home from dinner, but nonetheless, it's called Trippy Taco, and there's enough people in there to make me think it's probably a pretty good place to eat. I don't know if this is the place that Kenneth was pointing out to me last night, but nonetheless, I'm going to go in and have some Mexican food down under. And if it's not the Mexican restaurant that I was thinking of, then maybe I'll have dinner there tomorrow night. So let's go inside and grab a burrito, I hope. Alright, so you're looking at the menu here at Trippy Taco, and much to my surprise, it's a vegetarian or vegan Mexican restaurant. So I think I'm going to have the Trippy's original burrito, which comes with the black bean salsa and mozzarella. But anyway, it's a interesting little place for sure. Okay, so the crowd in here, it's quite a definitely quite an interesting crowd for sure. As I'm doing a little video here, very interesting. Here's a little quieter street in Fitzroy. I took a turn off of Gertrude, I think it was, and found my way down into this neighborhood. Thought I'd show you some of the buildings over here. Everybody wants to live in Fitzroy. Here's another interesting group of homes on a street just along the way that I thought might be of interest. Alright, so how could I resist? I found my way to a gelato shop on Smith Street, and these gals here are dressed. Say hello. So what's the most favorite flavor here?
Salted caramel and white chocolate.
Which one?
The salted caramel and white chocolate.
Where is that?
Do you want to taste it?
Yeah, could I taste it, please? So look at all of this wonderful gelato. I almost feel like I'm in Italy. Have you been to Italy? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, give me just a moment, all right? Thank you. So I'm going to treat myself to some wonderful gelato. And as I think about what I'm going to have, I'll show you some of the cakes they have on display. Doesn't that look good? So it seems to be a really popular place here on Smith Street. A lot of people just enjoying a nice gelato on it's not a summer evening, but sure feels nice and summery, I guess. That's good. I opted for the I think milk chocolate and peanut fudge. So very, very good. Nice way to end another day here in Melbourne. So I was thinking on my way along my walk about my future plans for the trip. So I don't have any commitments to speak of, and I don't have any tickets bought or anything, but I've been giving it some thought. And to drive from where I'm at now in Melbourne, Fitzroy, down to what's called Apollo Bay along the Great Ocean Road. I did that on Google Maps earlier, and it's only like a 2-hour drive. So it might be, the actual drive along the coast from Apollo Bay back to Melbourne might be about 4 or 5 hours. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here in Fitzroy until Sunday, and then I'm going to rent a car, pick it up at the airport Sunday afternoon, and I'm going to do the 3-hour drive down to Apollo Bay, which is all inland, and then I'm going to, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to saunter my way up the Great Ocean Road on Monday, and find my way back to Melbourne, and either stay in Melbourne Monday night and fly out on Tuesday, or fly out on Monday night. I'm not sure. I'll look at fares, but right now my ice cream is melting. So I better finish this and get home. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this this tour of Fitzroy and Melbourne. Take care.